All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks very much for joining me. I am absolutely excited and thrilled to have with me someone that I met just recently at an event who has absolutely schooled me in video. We sat down with some incredible breakfasts and just catch-up meetings. I was blown away by not only the knowledge that this gentleman has, but the background and the reason for what he's doing. Mark comes to us from a background as a genuine hero. This man is a firefighter, has been for decades, running into burning buildings, saving people's lives, and created something online as a way of moving out of that career. Mark has then gone on to become the CEO of One Soci, which is an incredible social media platform. And knows more about video marketing than anybody else I've met personally in my life. Mark is an incredible person, and I am thrilled to have him with us just for a few minutes to talk about video and about how you can get more traffic from what you're doing. Mark Laxton, thanks so much for joining us, man.
Thank you very much, Walt. What an introduction.
Well, all of it true, mate. All of it true. I'm thrilled, actually. When we caught up, you talked about your history and your career serving other people in the firefighting industry. And Mark, if you don't know Mark stands about 6'8". So even on the video here, I'm shorter than him. But as you know, with the career that you've had, what was fascinating for me was that you started this whole online marketing journey as a way of kind of progressing out of that. It's not something that you can do every day until you're 70 when you're running into burning buildings, and creating something from scratch that then becomes that passive income system was something I think a lot of people relate to.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons I actually like to share my background as well is because whenever you talk about doing stuff online, you know, working online, generating money online, first of all, you generally get people that disbelieve that you can make money online, which I find quite ironic because most people buy stuff online, so someone's making money somewhere. But then a lot of people say, yeah, I'm really interested in doing that, but I'm just no good online. I'm not technical, that kind of thing. And that's why I like to sort of share my background a little bit briefly, because I was in the military before. So I was in the Coldstream Guards before for 6 years, and then went into security and then into the fire service for the last 20 years. So if you think about those types of jobs, not technical whatsoever. I've had no business studies from university or anything like that. I've had no computer background or anything. But I've always been in jobs where I genuinely want to help people. So with the fire service, I don't know what it's like in other countries, but in the UK, it's really not a very good pay job. And it gets to a point where things change, you plan your future, you plan your pension and all this kind of stuff, and things change. And it gets to a point where some people will put up with it and whinge and moan and stuff about the situation. Or you get some people like myself that think, okay, well, I can either do something now while I've got time, or if I don't, I'm going to be in the same situation or worse 10 years down the line. So that's where I started looking into working online. And there's a number of different reasons. One, because you can make a serious amount of money in a short amount of time. You can make passive income, which then obviously gives you that better lifestyle where you have the time to go and spend time with your family and your friends and travel and things like that, whilst you're still making money. And also there's so much potential to upscale, and build your business and get involved in different aspects of it. And then obviously then pass on all that knowledge and information to other people to help them do the same as well.
Awesome.
So yeah, that's kind of why I got into it.
And I remember you saying that a lot of the guys at the station were, a lot of the training or the beginnings of what you were talking to them about had come from your own experience. And you were like, come on, fellas, this is something that you all can do.
Yeah, well, there was actually one of the reasons, that's one of the things that triggered it is I actually knew a guy that was an officer in the fire service, and he left within, he set up a couple of products, DVDs, basically a PowerPoint. It's amazing how simple things can be. A PowerPoint presentation, okay, standing in front of a screen talking and then putting it onto a DVD. Obviously, that was quite a while back now, but then selling that's an information product. And yeah, he left the job, and within a year he's a millionaire.
Fantastic.
And that kind of really triggered my interest in it. So that's where I was finding out more and more stuff about it, learning absolutely everything I possibly can about it. And yeah, then that's where you're trying to pass on that kind of change of mindset to colleagues that are in the same situation as you. They're struggling just as much. They're fed up with certain situations, things like that. And you try and pass that on to people. Obviously, some people are more open-minded than others. Some people are kind of like, you know, if you start your own business, it's got to be bricks and mortar. This is what I've learned all my life and stuff like that. Whereas, you know, you see a lot of people kind of struggle with that. Whereas you see people online, you know, flourish, you know, and really sort of do well.
The sky's the limit. So you've managed to create an entire company around One Social, which, as I mentioned, is an incredible platform. And then you've specialized in that video space and in creating traffic from YouTube and creating a big impact using YouTube. How did you actually get into video marketing?
Well, I started out initially with books, with writing and publishing books. Mm-hmm. And I did very well with that, extremely well. Like within my second book, I was actually outselling the best-selling book of the person that would taught me how to do it.
Wow.
So, and then as things were changing, I'm always this sort of person to look ahead, look at where things are going. Okay, so it's always good to focus on one thing. But if you focus on one thing and you look at it and think, well, 5 years down the line or even sooner, that's fading out. Okay, so if you look at writing and publishing books, you can still do extremely well, and I still recommend it highly, especially depending on if you want to become an authority in a certain niche. Mm-hmm. But when you look at what people are consuming, you know, you look at hardback books and paperback books compared to Kindle. You know, Kindle was going through the roof compared to those. Yeah. And then look at Kindle compared to video. You know, video is the way things are all going. So why would I focus?
Yep, absolutely.
Continue to focus on Kindle where video is going to take over.
Yeah,
so that's where I started shifting into it, and then also as I did, then I started to enjoy personally. I started to enjoy it more because I like the creating the videos. I like the creative side of things, and there's so much to it as well. And that's where I started thinking, okay, this is what I'm going to focus on.
Yep.
But as well as focusing on it for my own products and that kind of thing, I can also help other people with it. But again, with that, if you're doing any kind of marketing, if you're doing any kind of things on social media, if you're doing any affiliate marketing, if you're doing any online products, you're creating your own products, it's all video. Yeah. You know, it encompasses everything, and it drives a lot of traffic. And also through that, then you're getting, it's the best way to connect with your audience as well. So this is another thing that took me quite a long time to realize is I used to listen to people on video teaching certain things, and they would be screen sharing all the time. So when I kind of got started, that's what I was doing, screen sharing all the time. And you know, so a lot of people, including myself, was kind of camera shy, didn't really want to appear on camera and that kind of thing. But it wasn't until I started watching someone else who was teaching similar stuff, and he was appearing on camera, and I thought to myself, if I heard that guy's name, I recognize him straight. You know, I know who he is. I've seen him. I've got that kind of connection with him.
Yeah.
If someone mentioned this other guy's name, I've got no idea. I don't even know what he looks like.
Yeah, absolutely.
that made a massive difference. And even though I was kind of feeling at the time, you know, it's kind of new to me. I thought I don't really want to be on camera and that kind of stuff. You can do things in a way that you don't have to be on camera that long. You can just jump on camera for a couple of seconds, introduce your video, and the rest of it can be screen share. But then that's straight away. It's getting you in front of people. It's getting you recognised. So I love it. Absolutely love it.
Unreal. Did you go through training? Did you go through some courses, or did you just simply start uploading videos to YouTube and trying to make them better? Like what was your progress in terms of start to now?
To be honest with you, when I first got started, and I would highly recommend people, because I want to help people save a lot of time and a lot of, you know, avoid a lot of mistakes and things like that. You was asking me just before we jumped on the call, you were saying about the lighting. Okay.
Yes.
I spent a lot of time doing sorting out the lighting and doing green screen and testing this and testing that and changing this and changing that. And you spend so much time, you waste so much time doing all that kind of stuff, you know. I would highly recommend anyone to just get on camera, especially now with like live videos. Just press the button, go live, and just do it raw. People are enjoying all that kind of stuff more, like reality TV. People want to get to connect with you and know you.
Definitely.
So yeah, I would sort of, when I first started, I was thinking too much about it. I was, you know, sort of focused on trying to make everything perfect rather than actually just doing stuff. And at the time, my focus was too much on trying to make everything perfect, but I just wanted to start getting some videos out there. But what I've learned from that initially, initially, what I would recommend people to do now as well is before you start creating videos and just putting them up onto YouTube and that kind of thing, think about where you want those viewers to go. Because if you imagine that you put a YouTube video on there and it starts getting tens of thousands of views, even millions of views, it went viral. If people are watching that video and they go, brilliant, yeah, really enjoyed that, right, I'm off to go and watch another one now.
Yeah.
You've potentially lost an absolute stack of money, or, you know, building your email list or whatever your aim is. So what I would recommend is even if you've just got one place that you want to send people, whether you're trying to build your email list, whether you're doing affiliate marketing, whether you've got your own product, you know, service, whatever it is, have something in place where you can send them to there, you know. Nice. Or even branding, you know, building your authority, getting your brand out there. Just have something specific, ideally like a call to action. So someone watches a video and they know where they're going to go from there.
Nice. So like forgetting about all of the fancy tech, forgetting about all of the, you know, all of the bits and pieces that might make you hesitate to turning the camera on. The most important thing is, where are we taking these people after? What's our point? And if that point is, you know, we've interviewed lots of YouTube superstars, guys like Evan Carmichael, where the point is to build that YouTube brand. If that's the point, then great. But you're saying make sure that you're aware of that point, and, you know, even include a subscribe now button inside your video, that kind of stuff, so that you can take advantage of the traffic that you are generating. Yeah,
and even keeping up with the little changes as well. So where you've got a lot of, you know, like you'll see people sort of saying, you know, remember to subscribe to my channel. Well, when things change and YouTube adds the little bell icon, you know, now, you know, say remember to subscribe, but hit the bell icon as well, because when I upload new videos, then you'll get notified that I've just uploaded a new video. Obviously, even if they're on Facebook or whatever, you get a little notification, because then when you upload a new video, YouTube are looking at how engaging that video is straight away. You know, if you upload a new video, you can, if you optimize it properly, you can get that video on page 1, you know, first, second place or whatever straight away.
Yep.
But if people aren't watching it, it will start dropping down rapidly. Whereas if you upload a video and straight away people are jumping on it, watching it, then that's going to help keep it there.
Nice.
And one of the best ways of doing that is if you're getting people that are getting notified when you upload a video, then straight away you've already got a ready-made audience jumping on. That's obviously why people with hundreds of thousands of subscribers and millions of subscribers do really well, because as soon as they upload a video, there's stacks of traffic just going straight to it and watching the video. And also make a point of keeping them
creating
on there,
that sort of that audience, that captive audience, immediately in those views and that engagement will help actually push the video on a continual basis further and further.
Yeah. Similar to like building your email list. You know, if you've got an email list, you've already got a whole customer base there, or potential customer base, but basically just, you know, your friends, your followers. You've already got that list there. But then you think about when you're emailing, okay, you think about the actual open rate and then the click-through rate.
Yeah,
it's massively different. You know, it's compared to your list. You know, there's a small section of people that open the emails and then go through and click on it.
Yeah.
Whereas with YouTube, if you're providing lots of content, lots of value, really connecting with your viewers, answering the questions. You know, if people are taking the time out to ask you a question or leave a comment in the video, you know, in the comment section below the video, take the time out to just reply to them.
Yeah.
You know, tap the little heart as well. You know, when you've got a little heart icon, tap that. That helps as well, because then that also helps make sure it shows that connection with them. So when you upload another video, then they'll get notified as well. But yeah, just be kind. You know, just be nice enough to comment to them as well.
Be nice. I think that's the key there. Be nice enough. Be a human being.
Yeah.
You've got that big history with video, but you also mentioned Facebook there a second ago. A question I asked somebody in a previous interview: do you do just YouTube with your videos, or are you also going onto Facebook and other platforms as well? Obviously, with OneSoci as a publishing platform, being able to reach across all of the different areas makes it a little bit easier. But do you do your videos in a different way for the different platforms?
Generally, it's if you've got your YouTube videos, if you're creating videos specifically for YouTube, then when I teach people and stuff how to do these things, there's a specific way how to create these videos, a specific structure, even scripts, like ready-made kind of scripts that I'd say, look, this is a template, and you can kind of structure your video in a way, even with the branding, all that kind of stuff. Whereas with Facebook, then if you look at Facebook and Instagram, I generally focus mainly on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram.
Yep.
Okay. Some people try and do everything. And also if you're going to be sort of thinking about your audience, you need to think about the demographics. So if you're, let's say for example, you're a female and your product, your service, that kind of thing, your niche is mainly focused at females, say 30 to 40 years old, Pinterest would be fantastic because it's about 80% of females on Pinterest. So, you need to be thinking about your target market to sort of, to aim your videos right. And you can still put videos and stuff obviously on Pinterest.
Yeah.
But yeah, with the actual videos themselves, again, like I said earlier, you kind of got to keep up to date with the platforms as well. So if there's no point in still do a video a certain way if live videos are going, are taking over, if Facebook stories are taking over, so I've always had this thing with people filming with their cameras portrait, and I just think don't do that. Just put it landscape, because then you can take, when you share it on Facebook, you haven't got them big black bars down the side. It looks awful.
Yeah.
And then if you try and edit the videos and you want to, do a little compilation, it looks really nice when you put them all together when you hold it like this.
Right.
And it's like, it's so frustrating. Like every time a little girl's mum's like just filming something, I'm like, turn it around, do it like this. But now, then Facebook stories are taking over. Instagram live videos, all this kind of stuff is taking over, and it's all portrait.
Yeah.
So with that, again, you've got to think, okay, well, this is the way it's going. So now I'm going to start switching the way I'm doing things.
But there's different models for different platforms, which absolutely makes sense. And I guess you can't be across them all. But if you're focusing on developing, one or two of these channels as your primary areas, then you can fit to be around them, which makes sense. Yeah. One of the things that when we caught up and we sat down and chatted through different things, one of the things that you spoke to me about was keyword research, optimizing your videos and that kind of stuff. And guys, just before we go any further, Mark's got some amazing training, and he's made it available only for the customers of One Soci. But I'll get you guys a link by the end of the video, and you can actually access Mark's training where he's taking people all the way through. But mate, so we talked about optimizing keywords, that kind of stuff. Do you have a set series of steps that you go through with every single video to make sure that it's going to get the best results?
Yeah. So what I generally do, and this has only come over time, and it's just to save me a bit of time, because obviously the more time you can save yourself, then the more you can increase your productivity. So what I tend to do is I'll optimize the actual video file first, depending on what keyword I'm looking for. So I'll do the research first of all before I even start thinking about doing a video. I'll do the research, think about what I'm targeting, but then I'll also look at the competition. So I'll look at videos, that are ranking for that on the first page of YouTube. And just by looking at them briefly, you can think, you don't necessarily need different software integrations and that kind of stuff that you can obviously get. But just by looking at them, you can tell if they're optimized or not. So that's one of the first things I'll do, is do a little bit of research, find out the competition. If the competition, this is another pretty good tip actually, if the competition's really difficult, really difficult to rank for, then think of alternative keywords that you could rank for, okay? And you could then, excuse me, then let's say, for example, there's a keyword that's the competition is going to be almost impossible to beat. Think of similar keywords that you could create videos for that aren't going to be that difficult to beat the competition. So you could rank for these. Now, when you're getting views, obviously you're not going to get probably as much traffic to these, but then that video can then link to another video that you create, which is for this keyword.
So you're literally using the secondary keyword as a ladder almost. So you can rank for that secondary keyword and then link that back to your primary keyword video. Yeah. And that will help the primary keyword video get more traction. Exactly. You gave me that tip actually when we caught up before, and I thought that was brilliant.
Yeah, and obviously you can do lots of these other little videos that are getting lots of traffic, probably smaller amounts of traffic than this main keyword. But yeah, you can do a number of those that are all linking to this one that you're struggling to rank, and then that'll start pushing that up as well.
Brilliant, mate. Absolutely brilliant. Do you build other links? So a lot of the old school, maybe black hat, maybe, it's been in the past kind of video ranking courses, talked a lot about links back to your videos. Do you go out and aggressively build backlinks to any of your videos?
No, I to be honest with you, I've got channels like my own personal channel. I don't do an awful lot with that. I've got other channels which are very keyword targeted, which again I would highly recommend. But in terms and they're getting like 1,000, 2,000 subscribers a month.
Yep.
And even with those, I don't do any. I optimize the video. So like I said, I optimize the file. I've got my own little template that I use where I'll just have it on a Word document, and then I can just change the key, change the title, change the description, and then I'll get my tags, and it's kind of there. So it's just copy and paste, and it's like a little template that I use. But in terms of backlinks, no, I don't. I've never gone out of my way to look at all these different backlinking strategies and all that kind of stuff. And I've many times, in fact, I'd say 90% of the time, if I try and rank a video on first page, then I rank it on first page.
Yeah, right.
I'm ranking for number one on many occasions. I'm ranking the very first video, and that's got no backlinks to it. I'm not going out my way to do any backlinks, so it kind of shows that you don't necessarily need to worry about that.
Absolutely. And we're not saying that strategy is wrong, but I was just interested in your point of view. What's let's have a little bit of a brag moment. What's the best campaign you've ever run? Don't give us the niche, because otherwise everyone will try and take it off you. But what's the best campaign you've ever run? Views or conversions or money made, or give us a brag.
I think in terms of video views, then I'm not into the millions, right. But I've got one which is about, I think it's either 600,000 or 700,000 views, and that is basically sending people to a course. Fantastic. So a lot of this, and this is the thing as well, so a lot of the videos that I've got on different channels, we've already got courses built, in that same niche, in that same
taking
topic.
People to those right places.
So basically, you've got your content, you've got your paid. This is where you want to be sending people to make your money.
Yeah.
And then you take, you can even take some of the stuff from that, or you can repurpose some of the stuff from that for your videos, for your YouTube videos, and then you can lead people through to your courses. So one of them, is about 600,000-700,000 views so far.
Not bad.
That channel is getting 1,000 or 2,000 subscribers every month. And a lot of that traffic, all free traffic, is going straight through to that course. Just as a side note as well, just one course that I did on Udemy, then I was having, you can see how many sales you make organically and through your own efforts, through your own traffic. And I published a course, and you can see, I was looking at my sales, and I was thinking, that's not too bad. I did one video on YouTube, and all of a sudden, my sales from my own traffic outdid Udemy organic traffic.
Fantastic.
just from one video.
Unreal.
So when you think of that, that's my own course that I've done. But if you haven't got the time, or you don't want to do your own course, that just goes to show that one video could have been going to an affiliate product, could have been going to your own services, anything like that.
Absolutely. That's awesome. Out of the, we'll get to affiliate styles and that kind of stuff in just a second. But so that's the winners. How many out of 10 videos that you put up, how many would you say are winners in terms of what they've set out to achieve, and how many missed the mark?
I would say I'm not one to push too much. I'm not one to try keep selling all that kind of stuff too much. So a lot of times I'll be providing helpful tips.
Yep.
And if I try and rank those, then I'm ranking them, on the first page all the time.
Yep.
I think, I'd say probably 8 out of 10.
Nice.
That I'll rank on the first page.
Unreal.
But again, it's just, it comes down. I never, I find it quite amusing actually how people go, look, I've just ranked a video first place on the first page of YouTube for how to knit or crochet a basket while scuba diving in the Philippines. You know what I mean? I've just ranked first for this keyword. I've seen people doing this, and it's for people that don't kind of understand, they'll go, oh, wow, this is amazing. He's just ranked a video first place. But obviously, if you're going to try and rank a video for a ridiculously long keyword, then you're going to get first. You're going to rank first.
Yeah, right, exactly. You could be the one that has the whole first page for the phrase of,
Yeah,
Eating a
exactly. Yeah,
crochet basket while
yeah.
riding an elephant underwater. Yeah, you
But
could
but
dominate
also
that niche.
that on that point as well is one thing I would say. Obviously, not ranking for sort of keywords as long like that, but one thing I would say is, and someone just asked me this on my Facebook group. I think it was today or yesterday. They said they're really struggling as to whether to create a channel with their name or for a keyword.
Good question.
So basically, what I said to them was, it depends. It all comes down to what your aim is. Okay, if you want to appear on camera, if you want to become known within your niche, if you want to become an authority, then I would recommend, being on camera, getting people to know you, connecting with people. Again, it's, video, it's a fantastic way of connecting with people. I personally would use your name, because people will know and remember you and that kind of thing. If you're specifically targeting a certain niche, a certain topic, then I would say, if that's the main aim, then try and use that keyword. So because chances are, like, for one of the channels, when you search the keyword that we're targeting, the channel is ranked second. So where you've got your videos, the channel's second.
Beautiful.
So now if someone clicks, rather than clicking on one video, they click on that, and now they're going to see all of our videos.
Fantastic.
So it's a good way to sort of focus.
And again, it's thinking about what your purpose is, before you're actually moving forward with anything.
Yeah. And if you are going to be covering lots of different things, then just think about setting up different channels. Don't try and just cram everything. It's like Google. If you're doing a website or a blog and you're doing SEO, and your blog or website is on tons of different things, then Google hasn't got a clue what to rank you for, so you won't rank for it. Whereas if it's all based on one thing, then you'll be on Google. It's the same. Obviously, it's the same thing.
Unreal, mate. 60-second challenge. So somebody comes to you. They have a company. They have a product, or something that they're going to sell. They've spent $10,000 with a video production company, which you think is insane, but they've created this video, and they come to you and they say, Mark, we need to get some traffic from this specific video. In 60 seconds, what are the 3, 4, 5 things that you will do every single time to make sure that that's done?
First of all, I'd look at the video that they've created. There's still things that they could do. They're not going to change, obviously, if they've uploaded it to YouTube and that kind of thing. I'm not saying they're going to change the video. There's still things that they can do. They can change how it appears. So they can change the thumbnail, make it stand out a lot more. So when people are scrolling through, it really stands out. A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people will just leave it so it's a screenshot or whatever it is. They can change the title. They can change, you could even add little emojis in the title. Not many people do that, but that helps it stand out as well. If little related emojis and things. They could include the keyword in the description. So they're optimizing their video. And also, if they want to get more traffic to it, then they can think about what that product is, what that service is, whatever it is that they're offering. And then rather than just focusing on that one keyword and trying to get traffic to that one video for that keyword, think about other think about what people are searching for. If you've got this product or service and the problem it solves, what are people searching for? They're searching for this way of solving a problem. They're solving for tips on how to solve this problem, how to improve something, which this product or service is going to help them with. So then start focusing a little bit less just on that one video, and start getting traffic from all different search terms that people are looking for, which this video is actually going to solve the problem.
Love it.
And so then you're getting traffic from all these different videos over to your monetized video search.
Fantastic. And that straight away is a template, guys. So you could say, optimize your thumbnail, optimize your title, optimize your description, and then go outside of that one main video and, grab smaller keywords that are targeting the problem and point them back, create the playlist, that kind of stuff. And just following those simple steps, people are going to have a lot more success than just the simple upload that most people do, right?
Yeah. Again, you've got to think about what people are searching for. You need to put whatever it is that you're offering, you need to put it in front of your ideal customer. And you need to be thinking about what people are searching for. Now, if they're searching for your product or they're searching for your business name or whatever it is, they already know about it. So, there's going to be less searches for it as well. If you look at the amount of people searching for that, there's going to be a lot less. Whereas if you think about what people are actually searching for, that's going to help them with, you can search for a certain keyword, and it'll have tens of thousands of views. Like a friend of mine has got someone that you met, Jamie, over in Bangkok as well, has got a product. If you search for the actual product name, it's got about 390 searches. If you search for how to do this, how to make this, it's got over 27,000 searches.
Wow, there you go.
So why wouldn't you target those and then do a video? This is how you create it. And what you can do is you could use this.
So look at the search volume and target sort of, I guess, smaller key videos that point back to that main one by targeting that search volume. Mate, I absolutely love it. What toolkit do you live by? What, if there's your computer died tomorrow, you've got to go out and get a new laptop and you want to run your video business. What are the tools that you are in addition to OneSoci, of course, which everybody should have, what are the other tools that every video marketer needs?
First of all, I generally do. First of all, I'd need a webcam. If I want to get in front of the camera, even if it's just for a few seconds, then a decent camera or a decent webcam. Yep. Decent lighting. You don't have to spend a lot of lighting, but like you said, as soon as we jumped on a call, you said, the lighting's good. If someone's jumping on your video, as soon as they start watching your video, if the lighting's bad or the audio's bad, it's muffled, or they're going to go straight away. So that there's no point in even thinking about what kind of software you want to use and making it all fancy and intros and stuff if it doesn't look good. So that's what I would say. First of all, is just don't go crazy on spending so much money. You can do it just with your phone or whatever, but just make sure it looks good. Mm-hmm. I do a lot of stuff with video, like sharing how to do stuff on my screen on my computer. So I'll share my screen. For a long time, I was using Screencast-O-Matic, mm-hmm. which costs a phenomenal $15 a year, I think it is. It's something like that. So it's just very, very inexpensive. No one can say they can't really afford $15. It's about £1.50, £1.50 a month or whatever, $1.50 a month. And with that, it's very, very useful in the way that if you use it a certain way, you could, rather than trying to spend ages, doing a video, making a mistake, going, I've got to do all that again from scratch. And I did that initially, but using that, you can actually record so much and then just take a little bit of a pause and think, okay, now I'm going to carry on. And if you do make a mistake, you can go back to that last bit that you paused at. Yeah, so right. You can actually create a video, you can go through and create a video in a short amount of time without having to keep messing around, starting again. Nice. So I'd say if you're going to do screen share, Screencast-O-Matic is very good. Yep. And then I went on to Camtasia. I love Camtasia, and you can do the same sort of thing with that. But yeah, I basically use decent camera, decent lighting, decent audio. The mic, I've got a Blue Snowball mic here. I've got this headset. I don't know the name of this, by the way, but it's I can share a link with it or whatever. But it's a very good headset. Plantronics. Okay, so it's a Plantronics Black. I use Blacklight C510 or something. Yeah. So again, depending on what you're doing as well. So if you are doing things like, I personally, if you're doing a video, I would say, whereas I was using the Blue Snowball mic initially, if you're going to be continuing on, doing a number of different videos, you've got to bear in mind that you're probably going to be a different distance from it as well, and that can make a big difference when you're doing a video. Whereas if you've got something like that, and every time you put it on the mics in the same spot, it all sounds the same all the way through, which is really good. Nice. So yeah, apart from that, I don't really bother with any fancy,
very cool
software and all that kind of stuff.
Just out of personal interest, mate. So coming back to our 60-second challenge, where we're talking about company X has spent $1 billion on a video and now is trying to get more from it, and we were saying that one of the key things we could do is do those let's call them arrow videos pointing back to the big one. Do you endorse only doing face on camera style videos, or do you also look at some of the software that's out there? Could an explainer video or a PowerPoint style video or a animation style video work as one of those arrows? Are they more or less effective? Do you have any thoughts on the different types?
First of all, in terms of being on camera, then I would say even if you're not going to be on camera, yep. What I like to recommend basically is even with your thumbnails, you can still have you on your thumbnail image. You can still have a face. It doesn't necessarily have to be you, if depending on what your aim is. But it's always good to have a face on the thumbnail image, even if it's just you're not even going to be on screen at all. There's some channels that I could show you where there's one lady that never ever appears on screen. She's got over 11 million subscribers now. Even when she was at 8 million subscribers, she was making, I think it's $30 million, and literally just unboxes toys and stuff like that. So you don't have to be on camera. Cool. Things like animation videos and that kind of stuff, yeah, they can work. Again, it depends on how you sort of structure the video and the kind of the structure of it and what you're saying in the video and that kind of stuff as well, telling a story and this sort of thing. But personally, I think animation videos, I like those for kind of sales videos, explainer videos, that kind of thing. But if you are explaining, for example, a product and the problem it solves, then animation videos are quite good in terms of storytelling. Like when they say, this is Bob, and he lived in such and such a place and he was struggling, and those kind of things are quite entertaining as well. And if it's a story as well, that's obviously going to help with viewer retention, and viewer retention is also going to help obviously increase the rank, because YouTube want to see videos that are keeping people on them.
Very cool.
Different types of
Thanks,
videos.
mate. I appreciate it. I've got one more question for you, but before we get into that, guys, as I mentioned, Mark has an incredible set of 4 training videos or actually training sessions that he's done with his personal customers. It's only ever been available as a customer of Mark's. He's made a very special arrangement for you guys. If you're watching this, you can jump in there. It's marklaxton.com, which is laxton.com/Gen X. GENX. So marklaxton.com/Gen X. You can go and actually pick up Mark's complete training on YouTube videos and on getting traffic from video, as a bit of a special gift. So thank you, mate. I appreciate that. So marklaxton.com/Gen X. The last question.
What they'll get, even with that, when they go there, it's not going to be, go there and buy this training or whatever. It's just it's a free training session. It's just like you'll learn actually, quite a bit just from that little session. So if you do like it and you want to go through some more training with me, then that's obviously an option. But I think
that's the kind of investment that'll pay people back for a long time, mate. So the last question I have for you before we wrap up, and again, thank you so much for the generosity of your time. Right. If you had to start again, what would you do differently now that you know what you know?
I think if I was starting again, I would focus solely on video to begin, rather than all the other stuff that I've done. I would not spend as much time trying to learn absolutely everything and trying to make everything perfect and not actually taking action. I would just think, okay, I want to share this. I want to start putting some content out there, connecting with people, building those relationships, and trying to, just doing it as much as I possibly can, keeping consistent, and just connecting with viewers. That's the thing as well, is the relationship that you're making with your viewers and subscribers. That's one of the most powerful things, rather than just being in the background, just being a voice and that kind of stuff. So I'll just focus on video and keep going from there, and just action, and then start looking at live as well. So, if you can do live videos, you can do YouTube live videos, you can do Facebook live videos, Instagram live videos, and that is a massive turning point now, because that's where you're providing this value, you're helping people with what you know, and then obviously they can start asking you questions and learning from you and building that connection even more.
Robert Kiyosaki, when he was talking about setting up new businesses, said you're going to fail at your first 3 businesses, so get on with it. Get those first 3 out of the way. And somebody I was talking to about live video and about video itself said the same thing. They said 100. So let's say 100. Your first 100 videos, the first time you push the record button 100 times is going to suck. So get those 100 done so that you can start putting the new stuff out.
Yeah, and the thing is as well, what I think is, especially for those people that might fear the camera a little bit, you'll find that, and not just in terms of creating videos, in most things, on many occasions, sometimes the thing that you actually fear the most, once you do it, and you do it a couple of times, you start thinking, actually, this is pretty good. I quite like, and it actually, in many cases, it can actually turn out to be one of the things you enjoy the most.
Like running into burning buildings.
Yeah. At first you might think,
turning your fear into a love.
Yeah, and then next thing you're like, I've been in jobs where I'm like, people are running out, and even my colleagues are going, "Let's get out," and I'm like, "I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying here."
This is the man diving in. Guys, this is Mark Laxton, CEO of One Soci, with some incredible tools and tips on creating traffic from video. The special offer for anybody that wants to go and pick up Mark's training and learn more about video and traffic, marklaxton.com/Gen X. Mate, thank you so much for your time. I've picked up a whole bunch of stuff. I'm going to go back and watch this recording again. And I really appreciate it, mate. I'm so grateful for what you've created and what you're looking at moving forward. And, of course, your ability to share that with other people, mate. So, again, thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Look forward to meeting up with you again next time.
For sure. Absolutely. All right, guys, thanks very much. And look forward to joining you on the next session. Cheers.
Take care.